Side note, the word Ghana means warrior king, harkening back to the Ghana Empire in the 4th century AD, which actually wasn't even located in Ghana. Anyway, Ghana is a country about the size of Romania, located in West Africa along the Guinea Gulf, bordered by the Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, and Togo. Ghana is also one of the only 8 countries that passes through the Prime Meridian, as well as Antarctica in the south. The country is made up of 10 regions with some interesting sounding capitals like Wa, Ho, and Tamale, and of course the capital, Accra, yes, that's how you pronounce it, Accra, located in the southeast along the coast.
The north is primarily inhabited by the Mole Dagbani peoples. The north-central area has the Guan group. The southeast, including the capital Accra, is dominated by the Ewe and Ga Adangbe people. Then you get this huge chunk of the west, center, and south areas where you can find the famous Akan and Ashanti peoples. Sometimes this area is collectively referred to as Ashantiland.
A constitutional republic, but nonetheless still kind of technically has a king, or disputably regional kings that act more like cultural figureheads rather than governmentally sanctioned legislators. However, these kings still do hold high positions of influence in society. Nonetheless, the most notable and powerful of all these kings would probably be the monarch Asantehene Nana Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, who rules over Ashantiland. He lives in the Manshia Palace in the Ashanti capital, Kumasi. Other notable landmarks in Ghana might include the Elmina Castle, the oldest European building in sub-Saharan Africa, built in 1482, as well as the Cape Coast Castle. Each one has a dark history, being used for importing slaves. Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum with the bronze statue of Dr. Kwame. Basically, the south is wetter and the north is drier. Sometimes those diabetically amazing Easter eggs actually imports 90% of their cocoa from Ghana and is actually second in Africa in gold production after South Africa. Gold plays a huge role in Ghana. In fact, the British touted the area as the Gold Coast during colonial times due to the high amount of gold reserves found throughout the country, especially in Ashantiland. This is why you shouldn't be surprised to find more gold material in Historically, Ghana was dominated by an agrarian and mineral extraction-based economy. They really branched out and diversified their business portfolio. In 2011, they gained the title of the world's fastest growing economy. Now Ghana focuses on things like the manufacturing industry, electronics, technology, and recently, after an oil reserve was discovered in 2007, the hydrocarbon export sector as well, which supplies over $1.5 billion extra dollars in state revenue. This is partially why Ghana has one of the lowest unemployment rates in all of Africa at around only 6 to 8% annually. They're even slated to join the list of automobile manufacturing countries, as well as they just launched their own domestic brand, Kantanka. Otherwise, other amazing natural zones would include places like the Susua and Kokropite beaches, the Paga crocodile ponds where you can sit on lazy crocodiles that just don't care, the Boabeng Fiema monkey sanctuary, the Wili and Kintampo waterfalls, Lake Bosumtwe, Umbrella Rock, and when in doubt, just take a little cruise on Lake Volta, maybe go fishing for a little bit. And it's probably best to have a local show you these areas because, you know, locals are the best, aren't they? Here's some more on them. Now, Ghana is not only like Africa's training wheels, but also like Africa's first main sub-Saharan contact to Europe. And yes, the Saharan and Sahel West Coast areas like Senegal and the Gambia had already been discovered. First of all, Ghana has about 27 million people and usually scores in the top most democratic, transparent, stable, and safe nations in all of Africa. The country is made up of over 70 different tribes and over 200 different dialects. However, most of them fall under 5 main ethnic groups, the majority belonging to the Ashanti or Akan, making up about half of the population, the Dagbani and Mole at around 17%, the Ewe at around 14%, and the remaining groups belonging to other peoples like the Ga Adangbe, Gurma, Guan, and Bassa, while the remaining 2-ish% are made up of non-Africans and whites. Also religious. The majority of the population, about 3/4, is Christian, mostly Protestant and Pentecostal. About 15% are Muslim, and the rest adhere to traditional beliefs and faiths. Now, each of the main people groups has a very distinct culture that contrasts with the others, along with mutually unintelligible languages. Nonetheless, English is still used for cross-communication by the majority of the population, as it was a former British colony. The most widely spoken native language, though, would have to be Twi, or various dialects of Twi, spoken by the Akan and Ashanti peoples. Some will say that it's also mutually intelligible with Fante and Brong, and it's kind of just like a dialect thing, like English from America and English from Scotland. You know, there's a lot of different types of Scottish. No, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna finish. Ga is spoken in the southeast and is said to have originated from Nigeria, whereas Ewe is a language more prevalent and indigenous to Togo, and Dagbani and Mole is spoken in the north and are more closely related to the Mosi language. Remember the Burkina Faso episode? Okay, we get it. Just click on the annotation and rewatch the Burkina Faso episode. Hey, it was a good episode, okay? I had fun making it. I mean, African cowboys, come on. Ghanaian culture, though, is a lot more than just Ashanti. Ewe peoples in the east, for example, are known for being amazing cross-rhythm drummers and performers of dances, and also the originators of voodoo. include Kwame Nkrumah, the first president that led Ghana to independence, Ya Asantewa, the hero queen mother of Ghana who led a rebellion against the British forces in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Kofi Annan, the former UN Secretary General, numerous soccer players, of course British actor Idris Elba, whose mother was Ghanaian. Distinct nations, Ghana's people groups have historically had alliances with other neighbors for centuries. The Ewe have strong ties to Togo, the Dagombas in the north love Burkina Faso, and the Ashanti were always in touch with the similar Kwa language-speaking peoples of eastern Ivory Coast. Just like many other post-colonial states, Ghana still maintained close ties to the UK and almost immediately after independence set up agreements and policies that encouraged mutual relations. The UK also has the largest community of Ghanaians in the world, followed by New York in the USA, who also has close ties to Ghana as the East Coast is saturated with Ghanaian communities. When it comes to their
Ghana is like one of the few sub-Saharan African countries that transitioned beautifully out of its dark ages, maintained its regional cultures, and stabilized its economy, always keeping a tincture of royal African charm.